Today I am reviewing a horror movie titled The Witch in the Window, directed by Andy Mitton. The Witch in the Window tells the story of a father and son who move to an old farmhouse and soon learn this house is already occupied by the malicious spirit of the previous owner. It's pretty much the most straightforward and generic setup for a horror movie possible. If I simplified it to just a family moves into a haunted house, I could be describing hundreds of different movies. Hell, there are 21 Amityville horror movies with that premise alone. But what makes The Witch in the Window worth the watch is not its overdone premise, but the execution of this premise and the really unique presentation of this movie's ghost. I was very unsettled by the shots of the ghost in this movie, The Witch in the Window. There is a very specific way the witch is filmed throughout that I don't often see in horror movies. The witch is not jumping out at you, screaming into the lens. Rather, it's just simply present when you aren't expecting it, as if it isn't watching the characters but instead is watching you. At times it felt like I was making direct eye contact through the screen. This led to a palpable and unending sense of dread as I was watching the movie. I was constantly looking for the ghost, even in scenes where nothing was happening. I never felt like there was a safe scene. It reminds me a bit of the way the ghosts in The Haunting of Hill House were filmed. This presentation choice really got under my skin, and I'd love to see more movies take this specific approach. Aside from the shots of the witch, which I'm purposely being semi-vague about as to not spoil the scares, the rest of the movie is serviceable. There isn't a ton of drama or characterization. Overall, the relationship between the father and the son is pretty standard. You care enough about these characters that you don't want to see them brutally ripped to shreds by an evil witch, but not much more beyond that. The cinematography, the writing, the acting, all of these elements aren't going to blow you away, but they also don't hurt the film. At its worst, the movie does drag at certain parts. I've seen this movie twice now, and really the parts that I remember are the scares and not the story. Overall, I think this is worth a watch. The Witch in the Window is a scary supernatural story that stuck with me after I saw it. And I know the word underrated gets thrown around a lot, but I think this is a genuinely underrated movie. I mean, it has less than 100 reviews on Rotten Tomatoes, I rarely see it mentioned. There is a very strong chance you have never heard of this before. If you're interested in checking it out, you can rent it right now or watch it via Shudder. If you don't have Shudder, the horror streaming service, you can use this promo code somewhere around here for a free month where you can watch The Witch in the Window or any other horror movie that you desire. Anyway, that is my review. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.